Okay, finding the x-intercepts of the graph is kind of like solving for the graph, finding where it crosses the x-axis. On this particular problem right here, 4x squared plus 9x minus 9, this is an MF darn problem. Multiply the 4 times the 9, which is 36. And then that was the multiply. Now factor 36. Well, factors 36 should be 36 and 1, 18 and 2, 12 and 3. Actually, I can stop right there because a 12 and 3, that's a minus. 12 minus 3 does make 9. So I know I have an x with a 12, parentheses, and an x with a 3. The larger number always, always, always matches this. It is a plus, so the 12 has to be a plus. And that will make the 3 then a negative to add up to that. Now I need to divide by the a term. When I divide by the a term, I'm going to divide by this 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4. And now we have to reduce and move. Will this reduce? Yes. It'll be x plus 3. This one won't reduce, so I'm going to move it, move it, move it, move it. So it's 4x minus 3. Remember, all these equals 0. So I know one answer is x equals negative 3. Here, 4x minus 3 equals 0. We could add 3 to each side. Divide by 4. So x is 3/4, or 0.75. It's a positive 0.75 and a negative 3. So I come over here. Where do I have positive 0.75 and negative 3? At G. Also, another way you could particularly work that one is the following. Feel free to go ahead and go to your calculator. Your y equals button. Oh, got to turn it on. I always forget to do that. Y equals, let's clear this one out of there. Go down there and clear this one. And go back up to the top part and simply put in 4x squared plus 9x minus 9. And you can graph it. And you can kind of see it does look like it goes through negative 3 and it goes through a little less than 1. That would help you out right there. Also, you can go to your second table and notice you're looking for where you have answers of 0 out over here. I don't see. Oh, there's one at negative 3. And the reason the other one doesn't show up is notice between 0 and 1, it goes from negative 9 to 4. That's where the other one would have to occur at. All right? So now let's go look at factor these others here real quick. These others factored up. If we can see those real fast, let me erase and joins. We're doing 36, 37, well, we're going to do 36 and 38 just because they happen to show up on the same page at the same time. I'll make it very easy to do. So on this one right here, notice there's no a term. So I just factor 24, 24 and 1, 12 and 2, 8 and 3, 6 and 4, and that's it. It's a minus. Well, the one that makes the middle term is 5. It's 8 and 3. So that means I'm going to have an x with an 8, an x with a 3. That number has to match it. It's a positive. It has to make a negative to make that. There's my answer, which is letter H. X plus 8, x minus 3. Let's do 38. X squared. Now it's actually x to the 4th minus 13x squared plus 36. Let's just pretend it's n squared for a second. Minus 13n plus 36. I would still factor 36. And if you remember our factors of 36 from the previous time, 9 and 4, 9 times 4 makes 36. And if I add these, because that's a plus, it does make 13. So I would get an n. And that's a minus, so it has to be minus 9 times an n minus 4, except instead of n, it's actually what? X squared minus 9, x squared minus 4. Now here you want to be careful. That answer is there, but what makes this is completely factored. Because this will factor, you must remember difference of squares. That's the same thing as having x squared plus 0x minus 9. And factors of 9 are 9 and 1 and 3 and 3. Well, what's 3 minus 3 make? 0. So you have x plus 3, x minus 3, and the same thing would happen right here. That's the same thing as this. 2 minus 2 makes 0, so you would have the following. So if I actually factor it completely, The correct answer is letter H. G is right, except for it says completely factor. That's what makes it then go to that particular one right there. So this is about the parabolas and the quadratics. Let me work 37 and 27, and that will be the last two in this particular section right here. So we won't bother anybody anymore. It's right here. So let's look at these two right here. Here we go. And oh, can't believe I put one in there this way. They're all positives. Factors of 12, 12 and 1, 6 and 2, 4 and 3. It's a plus. That one makes 7. The x has to be a 4, has to match that, it's plus. And the 3 has to be what to make 7 would be a positive, meaning that my answer then would be letter D, x plus 4. All right, now then, to work problem number 27. Suppose a parabola has a vertex at 3, -6 and goes through the point 0, 3. Find the equation. Well, what I would do is this. We know it has to go through the point 3, -6. I can already eliminate choice C and choice D. Because the vertex, if you remember stuff about parabolas, y is equal to x minus h squared plus k. Here's our formula. Well, basically, that's x minus 3 squared, and the plus k is minus 6. The only thing is there's an a term here in front. I don't know it. The only thing I need to know is this. Is this graph going up or going down? Well, if I just even drew a picture of it, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6 is down here, and it also goes to the point 0, 3. Well, I know it's going up. This one would have to go down because of that negative in front. I know the answer is A, but the way I can prove it's A is to do this. Plug in all the numbers. Y is actually what? Y is 3, x is 0, h is 3, and k is -6. So if I go over here and plug it into this formula, I don't know right here, I don't know the A part. I'm going to go 3 equals, I don't know A, x is 3, no, x is 0. X is 0, that's 0, minus the h, which is 3, squared, minus 6 for that negative k. Well, 3 will be equal to, this is the same as -3 squared, which makes 9. So I'd have 9a minus 6. Add 6 to each side, 9 equals 9a. Divide by 9, and a equals 1, which would be the number right there. And if it's 1, I wouldn't have to write it. And that would prove that the choice is answer A. But the biggest thing I would do is this. Plug them in your calculator. See which one of these on your table has those points. As a particular example, we know the answer is choice A. So let's just go to, and once again, I have made a mistake. I deleted my thing too soon here. So let's come into right here a second. And do that. Go to my y equals. Oh, I gotta turn it on. Y equals. And the problem we want to put in is this under y equals. I'm going to put in a parentheses. We know the answer was this. X minus 3 parentheses squared minus 6 graph. And there's the graph. We can see it. We know it goes through those points. And go to second table. And if you notice, there's the point 0, 3. And we also have the point 3, -6. So I know that is the correct answer. For choice A. Those would be the ones for the quadratic section of your test.